Kele, Lejima William Bojani, and others, which I will not read all their names. This group was also led, the senior one who is the buyer, is Boyce Muregi Nyogong. During this arrest, 15 AK-47, 6 hunting rifles, 2 shotguns, 1 R5, with boxes full of ammunition, explosives, and cash were also seized. The suspects made their first appearance before the Stilfontein Magistrate Court in 2022, October 12, facing charges of conspiracy to commit robbery, to which gold, possession of prohibited firearms and ammunition, as well as contravention of the Immigration Act. The case is remanded until the 27th of March 2023 for Boyce Muregi Nyogong, the buyer, to apply for bail. The rest remain in custody. In the area of theft of fuel from the pipelines, almost 8.5 million liters of fuel, valued at approximately 102 million, was stolen from the National Transnet pipes in the last year. This led to the arrest of 49 suspects in the third quarter, owing to the multidisciplinary approach operations, which continues to prove to be a working formula. This brings the total number of arrests to 210 suspects since December 2019, when the crime was classified as a matter requiring the attention of the DPCI. We have also secured 10 convictions on the accused persons. I cite just this example. In case number 10, a kingpin was arrested for theft of fuel from pipeline. Fana Nimrod Malambe, an alleged kingpin, and Mauro Langa, a Mozambican national, and Soli Koza were arrested on the 16th and 19th October 2022 for their alleged involvement in the syndicate linked to the theft of fuel from Transnet pipelines, as well as the damage to essential infrastructure that happened in the Free State. The arrest happened when the suspects were delivering the stolen cargo in Kromdraai Witbank. A tanker with a fuel which was involved in the incident, and 5 luxury vehicles, that is a Jeep V8 SUV, a Jeep Grand Cherokee SUV, a Jeep STR8, a Mercedes-Benz Viano, a minibus, a Toyota Land Cruiser were seized. The 4 accused will be appearing in court on the 14th of April 2023. In the area of narcotic-related matters, 4 clandestine laboratories were dismantled in the third quarter, where a total of 10 suspects were arrested. Various drugs, including main drugs, cocaine, tech, dagga, to the potential economic damage of 23 million were seized. Case number 11, citing as an example 2 drug traffickers arrested. On the 11th of December 2022, 2 Nigerian nationals, Isaiah Okoyo and Israel Okeke, were arrested on the N1 Belleville, Western Cape. A follow-up investigation by the South African Enforcement Narcotics Bureau, SANEP, of the Hawks, together with the Provincial Counter-Narcotics and Gangsters team, identified a premises in the Bridgeway Century City, which was used as a clandestine drug laboratory. Further search led to the discovery of cocaine weighing 12 kg, weighing at 10 million rands, 18 kg of tech valued at more than 5 million rands, and 2,500 Menrex tablets with an estimated street value of 100,000 rands. These were seized. This is a potential loss of 16,300,000 rand to our economy. The case of this individual is postponed to the 22nd of March 2023. In the case number 12, an organized criminal group has been crushed. Between June 2021 and July 2022, a project named Dream On was conducted at Betal in Mpumalanga, where a drug syndicate was dismantled following the arrest of 8 suspects. The 8 members of the organized criminal group, Okereke, Valentine, Okwidiri, Kadima Remi, Male Mukoko, Mukembani Justin Kasindo, Rudy Engel Chishuka, Ukiwe Malingela, David Enewere, and Hassanda Kaulue were appeared in the Bethel Regional Court on the 5th of December 2022 after their arrest. The court sentenced one of them, Rudy Engel Kushiga, to 13 years imprisonment for dealing and possession of drugs, which was suspended for 5 years. She was further declared unfit to possess a firearm, and the drugs were forfeited to the state for destruction. The case against the other accused was postponed to the 3rd of May 2023 for consultation, and they remain in custody. In the case number 13, on the 7th of October 2020, information was received on a vehicle traveling from Gauteng to KwaZulu-Natal with a large consignment of drugs. An operation was put in place and the vehicle was intercepted on the N3 in the Hilton area. During the search of a bag containing 30,000 Mandrax tablets with an estimated street value of 1.5 million rand was found, and Zolile Zikalala was arrested. The accused was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment or a fine of 1 million rand. Further, 5 years imprisonment that is suspended for 5 years. The 1 million fine is to be paid as follows: 150,000 to be paid on the 7th of December 2022, 50,000 to be paid before the 8th of December 2022, 15,000 rand to be paid on a monthly basis from the 7th of February 2023 until the whole fine is paid off. The accused was also declared unfit to possess a firearm. May I indicate that we are currently seized with the investigation of 31 organized criminal groupings. The PCSI, Priority Crime Specialized Investigation of the DPCI, specifically the Asset Forfeiture Investigation section. During these 3 quarters of this financial year, the DPCI, through Asset Forfeiture Investigation, collaborated with the Asset Forfeiture Unit of the NPA and secured 7 restraint orders valued at 145,465,000 rands. 101 preservation orders to the value of 110 million rand, as well as 13 confiscation orders to the value of 30,916,000, and further 77 forfeiture orders to the value of 34,717,000 were successfully achieved. In case number 14, a forfeiture order was granted on a CIT robber. On the 8th of October 2020, a certain wise man, Mbuyani, who was employed by G4S security company responsible for replenishing auto teller machines, stole approximately 3.5 million over a period of 2 months, and he fled. Gauteng. The Hawks Serious Organized Crime investigation successfully traced him and arrested him in his hideout in Ntuzuma, KwaZulu-Natal. The Hawks Priority Crime Specialized Investigation has successfully secured a final forfeiture order to the value of just over 1.5 million against the now deceased former GF4S security guard, Mr. Mbuyazi. An amount of 80,000 rand together with a Hyundai Accent allegedly bought with the proceeds of crime were recovered during the arrest. It was further established that he had paid some of the loot into a trust account owned by attorneys to purchase a house in Cosmo City, which he intended to register under a younger brother's details. Wiseman Mbuyane was denied bail after numerous attempts and eventually, unfortunately, died in prison while his theft of and money laundering case were still on the court roll. As I indicated, on the 26th of October, the Gauteng Local Division of the High Court sitting at Johannesburg granted a final order emanating from that case of the theft of 3.5 million rand. In case number 15, talking to the Transnet executive that was arrested. On the 9th of November 2022, the former Transnet executive manager, Kenneth Leonardo Diedericks, 53 years old, Polizomba owner Charles Ernest Pretorius, and an entity employee, Refilo Martin, were released on 10,000 bail each in the Palm Ridge Magistrate Court on charges of corruption and money laundering. It happened that on the 7th of November 2022, the suspects were arrested and charged by the head office of serious organized crime, serious corruption investigation. It is alleged that Pretorius had a 5-year, 63 million contract with Transnet Freight Rail that started from 2006 to 2011 to replace 10 outs of the coal line in KwaZulu-Natal main line. When the contract was about to expire, Pretorius submitted a grievance stating that his company was still owed 25 million. Diedericks unilaterally approved and paid the supposedly outstanding amount. In the return, he received 300,000 rand allegedly as a gratification. The matter is postponed to the 29th of March for legal representatives and the disclosure. In the case number 16, ESCOM 500 diesel thief arrested. On the 23rd of December 2022, Angelo Chrisman 40, a plant operator employed by ESCOM in Atlantis, was arrested by the Hawks Crimes Against the State team in Belleville for allegedly stealing diesel worth 500,000 rand. It is alleged that he permitted a diesel tanker vehicle to collect diesel from the site, but pretended that the said vehicle was empty, whereas he was aware that the diesel has not been offloaded. The matter has been postponed to the 30th of June at Atlantis Magistrate Court. In the area of corruption, corruption continues to surface as one of the biggest threats posed by criminals on our beloved country. It facilitates illicit financial flows, which enables money laundering to take place. Although the number of arrests are the lowest from the serious corruption investigation component, it is in line with the number of cases reported. A number of other corruption cases are also appearing in the figures of serious commercial crime investigation. We have made some stride in these cases that require high level of meticulous investigation. As an example, In case number 17, the ex-police man to serve jail term. On the 5th of October 2022, Jerome Claudia Hendricks was sentenced by the Mitchell's Plain Magistrate Court for corruption and dealing in illicit cigarette following his conviction in June 2022. This comes after his arrest in February 2011 in Beaufort West, after he was found escorting a truck loaded with illicit cigarette worth more than 495,000 rands. At the time of the incident, Hendricks was dressed in a police uniform, driving a private vehicle from Pretoria to Cape Town. The truck was stopped and searched, resulting in the contraband being seized, and the case was transferred to the Hawks for investigation, which culminated in Hendricks being sentenced. Hendricks will effectively serve 6-year jail term. In the Truth and Reconciliation Commission investigation matters, the TRC investigation emanates from the conclusion by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. The dedicated team received 146 cases for investigation which are receiving attention. 4 criminal cases are currently in court. 8 cases are before the inquest court. 18 cases are pending decision, while 8 matters have already been finalized. Just to cite an example, in case number 18, what we are dealing with, a case of COSAS 4, the accused in court. It is alleged that in 1982, 4 youths, namely Eustace Bingo Madigela, Ntingo Madabuhe, Fanyana Ntlambo, and John Mushi, joined the African National Congress. They sought advice from one of the colleagues, Thomedi Mfalabitso, an ANC member, who was unknown to the COSAS 4, already working with the security branch in Flag Plus. They were lured to an old mine pump house in Krugersdorp, which was rigged with explosives. He left them in the house under the pretext that he was going to collect weapons to train them. Upon leaving the house, he gave signals to the security branch members who detonated the explosives, which unfortunately caused the death of the 3 youths and left John Musi injured. The suspect, Mr. Mfalabitso, Christian Rorit, accused number 2, Willem Sehun, who died, and Grobelar, who passed on, and as well as Jan Kozie, who also passed on, and Jan Mamasela were accused of being responsible for this. The case is currently postponed to 25 of April 2023 for the accused person to set a trial date. In the serious commercial crime investigation, an alleged Paktua ring leaders were arrested. Between 2017 and 2022, the Public Assets Community-Based Tenants and Owners Association, which is called Paktua in Mutata, illegally invaded a number of properties that belong to the Eastern Cape Development Corporation, ECDC. The association claimed monthly rentals from the tenants for their personal use. The matter was reported to the Hawks in 2019, hence the arrest of the trio. The investigation revealed that the ECDC was prejudiced cash to the value of more than 40 million rands. The arrested suspects are alleged to have either collected the rental money themselves or have it been deposited into the bank accounts. The Lebeya-based serious commercial crime investigation of the Hawks arrested Sitelo Mukai, Zamkaya Sonka, and Bongani Kopi on the 10th of October 2022 on charges of fraud, alternatively theft. The case is postponed to the 3rd of April 2023 at Mutata Specialized Commercial Crime Court for trial. In case number 20, the former attorney arrested for theft of trust funds as well as fraud. It is alleged that in spite of Clement Jos Hoiberg being struck off the roll of attorneys on the 15th of November 2016, he continued to practice. In November 2017, a similar charge of theft of trust money was reported to at Norwood Police Station. The Serious Commercial Crime Investigation undertook an investigation. Consequently, the suspect was arrested on the 12th of February 2020. The accused appeared in the Specialized Commercial Crime Court sitting in Palm Ridge on the 8th of November 2022 on more than 19 counts of theft and fraud, which is over 20 million rand of trust funds. The cases are remanded to the 15th of May 2023. In the second case, case number 21, former attorney arrested for theft. On the 20th of October 2022, Rugaya van der Schuyf, a former attorney who was struck off the roll in 2017, was arrested by the Serious Commercial Crime Investigation of the Hawks in Cape Town on charges of fraud and theft in excess of more than 500,000 rand. She was arrested by the Hawks on the 28th of March 2019 for misappropriation of funds from a trust account. She continued to practice after having been struck off the roll of attorneys. She appeared in court and the case is postponed to the 17th of March for transfer to the Belleville Commercial Crime Court. In case number 22, an attorney stole trust funds. During the period 1999 and 2007, Carl Olinga, 64, who practiced as an attorney, received trust fund on behalf of his clients, but did not use the funds for the intended purpose. This resulted in the number of his clients lodging complaints with East London Serious Commercial Crime Investigation Team of the Hawks. The Hawks found that the attorney's clients, including Maledzwai Municipality, were actually prejudiced in an amount exceeding 467,000 rand. On the 22nd of February 2022, the accused was declared criminal by the East London Regional Court on charge of theft of trust fund, that is a conviction. On the 10th of October 2022, the court returned a sanction on the convict to 2 years correctional supervision and a further 5 years direct imprisonment, which is wholly suspended for 5 years on condition that he is not convicted of theft during the period of suspension. In case number 23, the assets belonging to a former CEO and CFO of Mtazuthle Water Board seized. On the 2nd of December 2022, the NPA Asset Forfeiture Unit in KZN, as part of multidisciplinary task team comprising of the SAPS National Clean Audit Task Team of the DPCI, seized the assets of several accused persons charged with fraud and corruption in the Mhlatuze Water Board matter. That was to the value of 37 million rand. This relates to allegations against Mtokozisi Dube, CEO, Mtokozisi Duze, Chief Financial Officer, as well as Babongile Munyandu and Stembelo Ralph Mtlanga, the last one being an attorney, whose arrest happened on the 29th of August 2022. The assets seized include immovable property located in KwaZulu-Natal and Western Cape, luxury vehicles such as Range Rovers, BMW X6, Mercedes V-Class, Jaguar, and the Harley-Davidson motor vehicle were among those items. The criminal matter is postponed to the 6th of April 2023 in the Durban Specialized Commercial Crime Court. One takes it that the Legal Practice Council shall continue to patrol the legal streets to protect the credibility of this honorable profession. In case number 24, during March 2021, Suren Govender pretended to be a director of Arum Line Pty Limited, a personal protective equipment company, which she had no ties with. She lured and misled the potential investors to invest in her venture by promising high monthly returns. A case of fraud was reported against her, and the Hawks Serious Commercial Crime Investigation pursued the matter, which established that whatever she was putting in the public space was not correct. She was arrested on the 7th of October 2022 after having been on the run since 2021. She stands accused of investment fraud for allegedly swindling victims to an estimated amount of 18 million rand during 2021. She appeared in the Durban Magistrate Court after arrest, and the case has been postponed to the 12th of October 2022 in Palm Ridge Magistrate Court, Johannesburg, which have got jurisdiction on this matter. The case will come on the 27th of March 2023. In case number 25, two fraudsters from the DPW were arrested. In 2019 December, Lidaba Johannes Mukudle 33, together with a Widumelo Bonyane, colluded to steal from the Department of Public Works, where they were employed. They allegedly intended to divert more than 13 million from the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure in Bloemfontein to a company trading as Walton's Trading Enterprise, which is a close corporation. Although the company did not render any service to the department. Bonyan was arrested in August 2021, while Mukudle was arrested by the Bloemfontein Hawks Serious Corruption Investigation on the 17th of October 2022. They appeared before the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court on the 18th of October 2022 to face charges of fraud and theft. The matter was then reported to the Hawks Serious Corruption, as I have indicated, and the case is now postponed to the 5th of May 2023. In the case number 26, NPO to pay back multi-millions rand. During the financial year 2024-2025, the Eastern Cape Department of Social Development embarked on a project to establish Women Development Resource Center to create a platform for empowering on the skills and market their products. Umnoto Business Consulting, a registered non-profit organization under the directorship of Chetty, was irregularly awarded a contract as the director in the same department, was part of those who were awarding this tender, and he failed to disclose the conflict of interest, which is contravention of the Public Finance Management Act 1 of 1999. The conduct was reported to the East London Serious Commercial Crime Investigation Unit of the Hawks, which established that more than 31 million was paid into this NPO, from which 19 million was used for personal benefit. On the 24th of October 2022, Chetty was convicted and sentenced by the Eastern Cape High Court sitting in Grahamstown on charges of acquisition and possession or use of proceeds of unlawful activities. The company was fined 5 million rand, of which 2 million must be paid to the National Treasury within 7 days. He is further expected to pay 250,000 for the remaining 3 million with effect from the 1st of December 2022 and successive payments of on the 1st of each month until the remaining balance is paid up. Chetty was further ordered to pay 19 million within 30 days for him to have his assets released. These assets, which include his vehicles, properties that were seized by the Asset Forfeiture Unit, were released from the AFU for the company to continue with the business as usual. In case number 27, the former Precious Metals company employees remanded in custody for 3 billion rand of theft. In this regard, the Johannesburg Serious Commercial Crime of the Hawks secured the attendance of 9 accused persons, which I shall only mention one, Michael Martin, 62, and the others, who made their first appearance in Palm Ridge Specialized Commercial Crimes Court on the 25th of October 2022 and 6 December 2022, respectively. They were appearing on charges of theft, fraud, and money laundering. The accused, comprising of 3 couples and an individual who worked at Northern Spark Refinery Limited company, as well as Bendine, who worked as the finance officers. It is alleged that the accused stole and laundered the company's money worth about 3 billion from the corporate's account into their personal accounts, spouses' accounts, also into the other accounts that were not the business of the company that they were working for. The case of this individual is postponed to the 18th of August 2023 for the accused persons, and they are all out on bail. In case number 28, 3 kidnappers arrested. On the 13th of September 2022, a 36-year-old victim was kidnapped from his home in Ngobo location, and he was taken to Mbizana. The suspect had information that the victim received payments from Road Accident Fund. The suspect reportedly forced him to withdraw cash from his account, but his funds were already safely invested in Old Mutual. One suspect accompanied him to Old Mutual, and the victim alerted the consultant, indicating that this is a kidnapping possession. On the 10th of November 2022, the Hawks Provincial Kidnapping Task Team arrested 3 suspects, Asipile Nchenze, Apele Kutu, and Rasta Miani, in a joint operation with Mbizana SAPS, and a white Toyota Etios that was used in the kidnapping was also seized as an instrumentality in the commission of a crime. The case itself is remanded to the 6th of April, and the accused remain in custody. In case number 29, a Durban couple appears on fraud. On the 15th of November 2022, the Hawks members from Durban Serious Corruption Investigation arrested Amanda Lowton and her spouse, Mark, for fraud and money laundering. In 2012, Amanda was employed by one of the big companies as an accountant. It is alleged that, that in 2017, she resigned, and her replacement discovered that there were fictitious payments made to the South African Revenue Service bank account that was not loaded on the SARS beneficiary. Internal investigation discovered that 248